You're back. Thank you. Remember, KEYSTONETECH.com. KeystoneTech.com. Light made easy, Greg.
That's right. So, hey, we're here to talk about lighting. That's what we do on the Light Ted Video Show. We're lighting distributors. A lot of people listening to this are electrical distributors. Regardless of what you are, you're going to have a lighting team. You're either going to be all lighting focused, or if you're an electrical distributor, you're going to have a team of lighting people. Or maybe you're going to have cross-trained people that know lighting. What I want to talk about today is how you formulate the ultimate lighting team or lighting company, what you need, what it entails, what positions they are more is what I'm thinking here, okay? So I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'll let you think it through as you go, but my thoughts are basically what I do at my company, but not saying it's always right, but we do pretty well at lighting, and here's what you need to really have the ultimate lighting team. Number one is you need sales, obviously. You're not getting anywhere without sales.
Nothing happens until someone sells something.
So get that sales team up and going. Get a good sales group, and then you'll have business. If you don't have that, you got nothing. Then they have an accounting. You got to have the basic finance and accounting, right? Cover all that. Cover the bases there. You need a project manager, at least one, maybe several. If you're a lighting company now, if you're a lighting team, you better be getting into projects. Whether you're actually doing the install yourself, subbing the install, or just supplying the product, a lot of these lighting material that you're selling is a project. So you need somebody who can manage that process, get material there on time, make sure everything's flowing the way it needs to complete the project. I even have, and there's no particular order here other than sales is first. They have audits. Somebody, whether it's your sales team that does the audit or somebody that's focused on the audit.
Only engineers can do audits.
Okay,
Assessments
let's call it an
assessment. Assessments. Yeah.
Okay, I like that better. So an assessor, maybe at least make sure your sales team is trained in assessing properly, or have an assessment team or an assessor that can do that for you. Generally those two skill sets aren't together, sales and assessing, and but they can be. You can get close enough a lot of times if you get enough training, enough experience.
Sure. Speaking
from my own personal experience. You need somebody that's kind of in the purchasing side, and I kind of tie research into that. If you're in purchasing, you better know something about everything. The other day I said, I need a 6-inch can, and I talked to you about it, Mike, that has the incandescent socket, but I don't want that thing that's tight to the surface. I need it recessed further. All the commercial cans are recessed nice, not all of them, but the good ones are recessed up high in the can.
Yeah.
All the residential grade with have the incandescent socket are down low, tight to the surface. So it's tough to find one that's recessed further. Yeah, but you want a deep baffle. So
yeah, sure.
It's tough to find that. And you want to be able to have somebody you can rely on and say, find me this. And then that's what you need. So that purchasing and research, I think, can go hand in hand. Depending on who you are, again, if you're going to manage the whole process, you need a rebate person. And a lot of this stuff can cross-train too. Different people can do. Some people can do multiple jobs, but you need somebody that really understands the rebate process, how the paperwork is done, and does everything properly from that standpoint. Then you need a shipping person, shipping, warehousing, whatever it might be, making sure material gets there. You do need an internet or a web person. Again, you can sub that out potentially, but you need somebody that's going to make sure your web presence is maintained and enhanced and upgraded as you go. And then marketing, and marketing kind of goes hand in hand with a little bit of everything. You need some aspect of marketing. So I think if I was going to look at it, that's what I would sum up as the ultimate lighting team. Is you need all of those aspects covered, and then you're going to be able to successfully sell lighting. But anything I missed, Mike? Anything else?
I'm going to preface something. So just to say that we're talking about somebody a company that sells to the person who has the socket or has the facility. So you're talking
I would say so, but I would say even if you're selling to like a lot of the electrical distributors listening to this typically sell to a contractor.
Right, yeah, you're selling to somebody that's taking that fixture and putting it somewhere, or they're using it. You're not selling to someone else who's selling to somebody else, because those are really different businesses, right? So
it can be. I mean, I think from my standpoint, I sell to the end user, the person putting the socket in. But if I was going to sell to a contractor, I would want that same capability, because
Yeah.
then the contractor has a comfort in me, and when the contractor has a comfort in me and my company, then they have, in turn, and then the customer will have comfort with that contractor. It's a partnership in a way. So I think you kind of need all that.
So I struggle with the human resources side of running businesses. I'm not a good human resources manager. And it was, well, get a
Yeah.
human resources manager. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that, like, oh yeah, well,
You
what you
can't
need,
hire.
I'm not good at hiring people. And that's not, I shouldn't say it because it's bad. Like I love Scott and I love my team. My team is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But I know other nail distributors that have the same problem where they seem to go through a lot of people. Right. And, it's like, so there's the problem comes down when you need a certain amount of revenue in order to make efficiencies.
True. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah. If you're not at a certain point, you can only be so efficient, right? You can't, if you're shipping 10 orders a day, is it worth it to spend some money on integrating the shipping platform with your software so that you don't have to type in things like that, right? Like when does those things become worth it? I think one of the number one undervalued strengths is good software that works for your company and has inherent in it a type of training on the product so that when you're working with the software, you're actually learning about lighting. And I think that's a major flaw in lighting distribution is there really isn't a software that does that. There's lots of inventory management tools out there and all that sort of stuff. But to me, you need a digital platform to build on in 2020. You cannot. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can go and swing. You can go around and sell lights and like you can run around and get projects. There's lots of projects to get, and you can make lots of money on projects. Even in the age of COVID, we're selling projects. Like almost not back to normal, but probably starting to gear up again. So the project-based business is an element of your business that you can cash flow with. If your terms are correct with your clients, you can cash flow and build it and gain momentum there. But as we've seen what happened in March, project businesses can just go away in 2 seconds, right? If you have to, every time you want to sell something, you have to sign up a project with somebody, you have a long sales cycle. But I mean, you can base it on the project side, which is and I think your business right now is driven by the product side, but undergirded by the supply side.
Yeah.
So you have this business coming in all the time of, your customers re-interacting with you, which a lot of the project guys don't have. That after the sale, you're still there for them to order their lights from or whatever else they need. So you're undergirded by this distribution model, and then you've built around that a sales team which sells projects, probably on commission.
Yep.
Right? So if the shit hits the fan, nobody's making any money anyway. Just like you.
Gotta have sales. Gotta have sales.
So I think that for me, the strength of the nail distributor or the electrical distributor when looking at lighting projects is that they're kind of underpinned or they're kind of constructed upon this model of constant customer interaction for bits and bytes, for parts, for widgets, right? On a regular basis. And then you can tack the project business onto that and you can really raise your revenue, charge more, merchandise stuff up, package it together with labor, work with contractors, all manner of different ways to do it depending on what you like to do and how involved you want to be. You handle rebates, you can handle different things for clients. And those are kind of extensions. But I think for most of us, it's built on this platform of distribution. And so I don't know if somebody can build those platforms of distribution the way they've been built in the past. Like your legacy business at Premier cannot be built the way it was built in the 90s or the 80s whenever your partner started it.
Yep.
It can't be built like that anymore. But it's an underpinning in your business, right? Those orders come in every week, right? Whatever amount it is, 40, 50, 100 orders a week or whatever for light bulbs. And so that can't be built anymore. So when someone says build the perfect lighting company, I don't know what the perfect lighting company is in 2020. For me, the ultimate lighting distributor is somebody that can sell on marketplaces, Amazon, eBay, whatever, Walmart, Jet, whatever they are, sell on marketplaces, sell on their website, sell on the counter, sell over the phone. So order desk, counter sales, online, and marketplaces. And they can do that all from one system and automate it. To me, that is the ultimate. And then tack on the projects. Tack the projects onto that, and you'll make a lot of money. Because there's just, lighting is an enormous business, and it's complicated. And if people know what they're doing, they can really help people and make money doing it. So for me, the ultimate lighting business is in 2020 is based on the integration of multiple sales. I call it scrape and splatter. So what you do is you splatter all your products out there onto the internet, and you're able to sell. But look, Amazon is a dirty place. I mean, you can go there, you can buy one CFL for $7 with free shipping in the continental United States. I don't know who's making money on that. Why would anyone do that?
Right. Waste of time.
So that's just a waste of the U.S. Postal Service. They don't make any money. You didn't make any money. And there's a good chance the bulb got broken because you didn't have the money to pack it properly. You understand what I mean? Right. It's just a waste of time. So the marketplaces are tough. But if you got to integrate that stuff and be able to do it very, very easily and simply. So I think that what you described was not exactly right. I think you missed the point that your business was built on a distribution model, that you had all these customers already and they trusted you. And so you were able to build a sales team on top of that. If somebody's looking to start a business in the it's a tough time to get into lighting right now. It's unless you're just going to sell projects. If you want to build a company from scratch, good luck to you.
You're right. It's going to be tough.
It's a tough one, man, because, like Shopify and these things, they just don't work for lighting distributors. That's not how you sell light bulbs online. It's just not the way it works. So, yeah. And I'm not talking about manufacturers. I'm talking about lighting distributors like us. Tough, man. Tough to do. But hey, you know what? I'm sure there's smart people out there that can do it. So get after it, boys and girls. Get to it. Don't waste any time. Get right after it. But it's a tough time to do it. And I think about it. Think about back in the 90s or the early 2000s, how much money you would make on a box of light bulbs.
Right. Nice chunk.
Yeah, you could make, $100 on a box of light bulbs. Whew.
Right. Yep.
Now they don't burn out. Well, we're waiting.
They do.
Lighthead Online Video Show. Go to KeystoneTech.com. That's hey, you know what? A great partner. If you're a distributor or you should want to be a distributor, Keystone's a great partner to work with. If you put it up, I'll put Josh Brown's email and cell phone number up on YouTube. Go to KeystoneTech.com. That's KeystoneTech.com. Light made easy. Retrofit Kings.